How are we doing, everybody? Welcome back to some more Charlton career mode goodness here on the Red Vibe YouTube channel. Let's tune in to what's going on in our save right now. So it's the 1st of March today. We did discuss at the end of last episode that we are going to pretty much skim through the rest of the months here. We're going to pretty much sim all the way until May. And this last game here against Watford. Thereafter, we will be looking to mount a top 4 challenge for the following season. So we've got a little bit of pre-season work to do. Of course, we've got to get through all the results in the rest of this season. Hopefully we don't get sacked. We've hopefully already achieved enough of our board objectives to save our job, even if we do play badly in these upcoming games. But let's start with these first 3 games here then against Sheffield United, and then we'll obviously reflect on the season, reflect on the goal scorers, the stats, the player ratings and all that good stuff. We've got Sheffield United, we get a 2-1 win here. I'm actually a bit worried. Let's see what this Brighton result is. We get a 2-2 draw. We're going to stop this in there just to check the inbox, and we'll carry on in a second. Yeah, this is why. A couple of players from Moldova coming in. This Pavlenko guy, probably not good enough. Let's reject him. In fact, let's do this as a list for you. So a couple players coming from... Bro, these are trash. Wait, this guy could be good. In fact, both of these guys could be good. So we've got Popesco and Kojikaru, who could be very good players. Let's sign the pair of them. Why not? This guy looks to be a left back. I didn't actually see the other guy. These guys will scout further. Let's carry on. Oh, crap. I've ruined Burns' loan deal for next season to Porto. Do you know what? He might not have even got a game for Porto. Maybe a team slightly of lesser ilk than Porto will come in for Burns, and maybe he'll actually get some more game time there. I'm thinking like a lower end Premier League team, like maybe a Norwich or something like that. I think he might get some game time there, although Norwich have turned themselves into a pretty formidable outfit in this save. We're undefeated in the month of March. Can we continue? No, we definitely can't with that 4-0 loss against Liverpool. Okay, let's move on to April now. Here we go. This is what we wanted. Granada coming in for... Is it a loan to buy? Yes, it is. Okay, we need to delegate this. We must make sure we don't miss the negotiations of this. Let's go for a 1-year loan to Granada and no buy option, because Burns just needs to get away from Charlton. He's swallowed by the shirt here at the moment, and I think we need to bring a different right winger in at the beginning of next season. We've got some players on international duty, including Shane Burns. So good to see we got a fair amount of internationals in our squad. So here we go, Granada CF, can we accept that? We can. Hopefully that'll all go through then. We'll check that in a second. And he should get a loan move to Granada next season. He's been all right. He scored a goal like got an assist in a couple of episodes ago. Meanwhile, Stein Sheving is looking to quit. Is he any good? Don't really care, to be honest, mate. I'm not going to lie to you. He can move on. He's not going to be good enough for us. However, potentially worth promoting this geezer, Christopher Nordau, who's 16 and 58 rated, could get up to an 83. I think that's worth it. We haven't really got any CDMs, have we, youth-wise? So let's promote him to the senior team. Why not? Let's keep it moving then. We've got Wolves coming up. West Ham as well. 3-1 win against Wolves. Do we back that up? No, a 4. Why are our losses so bloody emphatic? Every time we lose, we get absolutely walloped. And a draw against Everton to end things off there. That's so annoying. Jackson Bond comes through with what could be his final scouting report here. And we've got a couple of good players. I like the look of this Musat. Let's sign him. Potentially get rid of this guy, Stoica. He doesn't look good enough. And this guy, Alara, as well. Doesn't really look good enough, does he? And then Troester as well. Let's continue scouting the rest of them. And there's the Shane Burns loan confirmed to Granada, so that will take effect in the summer. Sheving does cancel his contract. That's a bit annoying, but I don't really care that much. And apparently, who's been lured away? Vasil Komenecki to Livingston. Fair play, Livingston. Maybe they'll be Scottish champions in a few years. As we move on to a game against Arsenal coming up, and then one against Bournemouth. Do we get the victory against Arsenal? Come on, boys. It's a 2-1 loss. And moving on to this one against Bournemouth. Come on, boys. 4-0 away win. That's what we like to see. I don't like it when it happens to me, but inflicting it on weaker opponents, I'll take it. All right, moving on to the final month of May. And maybe we should play one game here. Do you know what? We are up to 8th in the league, above Spurs now. In terms of catching Arsenal in 6th, we are 7 points off of doing so. I don't think Europe is realistic for us. Catching Wolves is slightly more realistic, though they've got a game in hand. I think we finish between 8th and 11th this season, which is respectable, but it's kind of a nothing season, especially when we got eliminated from the Cups quite early on as well. So let's move on then to May. Are we going to get a win against Norwich? It's a draw. No, you're never going to get higher than sort of 8th, 9th when you're coming away with results like that. We lose against Chelsea as well. Oh, okay. Andre Dobroginu Dobragianu. We're going to sign him. And also, there was one more there. Where was he? There was a 94 potential guy. Here he is. Niku Katagiu. Yes, please. He's a right back. And he looks unbelievable. As does this guy, Marius Nikolai. Have we got any goalkeepers in here? Doesn't look like it. 2 more games then. Let's get them done. Come on, let's just get them done. Newcastle drawing that 1-2-2. We haven't won a single game in May. Can we end off with a win against Watford? And we draw that 1-2-2 as well. I reckon we finished about 11th then. Let's have a look. We finished in 10th position, slap bang in the middle of the table. Norwich did actually end up, yes, finishing above us. So who went down? Leeds, Bournemouth and Sheffield United went down. Everton barely survived, just like real life it looks like this season as well. The points difference, though, between Leeds there. Whoa, look at Palace, bro. They ended up with 10 wins. They had a great end to the season. But yeah, Leeds were quite unlucky to go down, but the points gap between Leeds and Bournemouth was kind of crazy. Who got the top positions then? Man City win the league by 91 points. That's insane. Liverpool runners up. That seems like it could be realistic in 2025. Leicester in 3rd. That's unreal. And then Chelsea getting the last Champions League spot in 4th. Arsenal in 5th and Wolves qualify for the Europa League, and then Manchester United on equal points with Wolves but losing out on goal difference. They do qualify for the Europa Conference League. Spurs, Norwich and Charlton, the crop of teams that just missed out. To be fair, the points gap there between Spurs and Man United was, it shows that the teams that got Europe deserved it, to be honest. We end up with £149 million for finishing in 10th position. Who's this? Joe Rodon. He says something, I don't know. He can be better for me, though. So we'll just tell him that. I can't believe Malang Sarr's still at a 78 rated. Bella Kotchap's up to an 83. And Lavia up to an 86. As is Georgie Dobson on the bench. Carvalho up to a 79. Kano, Dacron and Buemo, that front three are pretty much the same as we left them. And yeah, we're looking like we're making some progress with the young players in the squad, definitely, which is exactly what we wanted to see. Looks like Ramsey's been playing a fair bit as well, as he is on a +6 form. We are training him up to be a centre mid, so that should happen hopefully early next season. But yeah, that's really good, positive signs for him there. So who's my top scorer then, stats-wise? Of course, it was Mbuemo. It was Daka. 22 goals, 5 assists for him. He gets an overall 7.1 as his average rating. That's very, very good for next season as well. He should grow even faster. And Mbuemo had a fantastic season for us. 14 goals in 37 games. I don't think we signed him in January, did we? I think we signed him in the summer. So that's good as well. Hopefully he'll grow more next season as a result of that. Ward-Prowse actually had a fairly poor season in terms of his average rating, 6.3, but he does come in with 5 goals, as does Kano, who did very well when he came in. 6.7 overall for him. Gallagher with 4. Ramsey apparently with 4 as well. Some of those may have been for Villa, although I don't know if that's true. Anyway, Carvalho with 3, Ben Yedder with 3, and Elanga with 3 as well, and then a couple chipping in with the odd goal as well. Top assister was Gallagher, then Ward-Prowse, then Daka, and Buemo, Ramsey, Ben Yedder, and then a couple with 2, and a couple with 1, including Meslier. That's so good, and he did play all of the 38 Premier League games with a 6.7 overall as well, so he's going to be very solid for next season. You just do this by appearance as well, so you can pause on any player. Just know that some people like to follow specific players in these career mode videos. So you can see all of the... Oh, Fammo got a goal in the Prem. Fair play to him. But yeah, you can see any zone in on any particular player that you want to, and also see the players that didn't play for us, like Goebbels actually didn't end up playing for us, so apologies to him, because we kind of stunted his growth and his playing time there, really. Lots of players on loan, including one guy who I saw was flying. Yeah, Killian Binder down at Carlisle. I think that's Carlisle. Got on a +7 form, the Austrian wide midfielder. That's so good. And everybody else is doing all right on loan as well, including Colm Keating, who's up to a 70 rating. Fair play. And so June 30th, 2025, a solid season in the Premier League. We finished in 10th place. We did okay. We're going to end the season and we are going to get ready for what hopefully will be our first season qualifying for the Champions League. And then from there, all we got to do is win it. Easy. We stay in a job here, luckily. They want us to remain at the club, so we're going to advance and we'll get into season number, I guess this would be 5 or 6. Someone let me know in the comments. But we are going to definitely make sure that we are in and around the top 4 this season. We're going to build a squad to do that, and it should be a good time. Oh, okay, European Shield is not the most expensive, but rather the South America Continental Cup, which actually looks a tad easier than the European one. We have a couple European teams in there, Milan and Roma, Villarreal, Napoli, but the rest are high prestige South American teams like Internacional and Boca Juniors. So we're going to go for that one. We're not going to edit the club or do anything with the stadium or anything like that. Oh, wow. We start this season off with pretty much all 80 plus players with the exception of Saar and Lavia. That's still good. So not as much money as I thought in the transfer budget at the beginning of this season. We have about 40 million. Of course, we can move this slider a little bit, but we are going to have to rely basically on player sales to generate like a really big amount of transfer money that we've got sitting there. So maybe that Kano guy, we could sell him. He'd probably be worth like at least sort of 60, 70 mil. But luckily for us, we have a really good nucleus of a team. The spine is looking so solid with Meslier and Daka. And of course, like the midfielders that we've got here. To be fair, like, yeah, the team is looking very solid, but we do need to make like 1, 2, 3 big signings to get ourselves established in that top 4 this season, I think. Confirming just a couple of transfer things then. So Burns leaves to Granada on loan. Should be a good little move for him. And Bajic as well going on loan to Osasuna. So maybe we can bring in a lone goalkeeper just as a backup third option. And of course, William Goebbels also leaves back to Monaco. Didn't play a single game, but yeah, I don't know, just kind of, I was kind of just making my squad kind of safe and secure. If we did get an injury to someone like a Daka, that we have someone beyond Ben Yedder that we could have relied on up front. Didn't happen, but you know, some loan moves just don't work out. So anyway, let's move on then and have a look at some players that we can potentially sign this season, maybe some that we can sell as well. I think because no one's really on good form or anything, we haven't played many games recently, I actually think we should probably start things off by just playing a couple of the games in the tournament. I think that will be a great way to start things off here. We can also maybe pick up a goalkeeper, maybe a young goalkeeper on the free agents market, because we didn't have any come through in our youth academy. We got a few players whose contracts are expiring here, including some of the actual real life Charlton boys, Sean Clare, Georgie Dobson and Famwo. Now we've listed Clare for sale, which will be a very sad moment if he does get a bid coming, if he does leave. But yeah, I think Dobson will definitely keep, as he's a 76 rated CDM, really good for backup. And of course, I always love to have some of the Charlton boys that started the save with us see us through right till the end of the series. Famwo's the same. He's a good backup rotation defender. He's had a couple of dodgy performances over the last season, but I still think that his physical and his pace, those kinds of stats are good enough to see him be a sort of backup player in the Premier League. Okazaki, unfortunately, we are going to transfer list as well. And then a few more players like Gudmundsson and Fjellstedt we are going to send on loan. But we're going to try and get contracts done for them in the meantime. Let's start with Dobson. And I'll basically just, unless you hear from me, just trust that all of these players have got new contracts. And let's end the episode then with this continental tournament, the South American Continental Cup. We start things off with a game against Roma here. We have a fully 80 plus rated back 4 now, because Rodon's actually gone up to an 80. So although Saar had an unbelievable season, was probably our best defender last season, we are actually going to start this season with Rodon purely for the ratings. But Saar will probably catch him up thanks to the dynamic potential. Let us, do I quick sim or just sim? I think I just quick sim. We've got a team good enough to beat Roma at home for sure, and we do. 3-2 goals from Kano, Williams and Under for them, Daka as well for us, and another Daka goal right there. So Daka starting off an absolute blinder in this tournament right now, and Kano as well. Good performance from the boys there. It's again defensively where we are sort of coming up short a little bit, so I think using our transfer money to splash on a very good defender could be what we should do. Next up, we do have Atletico Mineiro, who are a very solid South American team, Brazilian, I believe. We've made a few changes, including bringing in Jacob Ramsey. We're going to quick sim this one, and we do get a 3-2 win. Daka, very importantly, starting for us. He does score, as does Mbuemo, as does Carvalho. Good ratings for everybody apart from Walker Peters, it seems, who got a 5.8. Don't know what happened there. Britton and Ramsey also didn't play very well, apparently, but yeah, overall, very solid. Bringing us to this final game against Milan. We're going to start Hendricks on the left back position. We're going to start Cronin up front because we've already got the 6 points. That is 99% of the time enough to qualify for the knockout stages. But look at some of their players, by the way. Gomez up front, they got Van der Beek, Tonali, Denayer, Hernandez at left back, Salamakers as well. Some unreal players. I don't know if we're going to get the win here. We do get a 3-2 loss, and Mbuemo scored for us, as did Conor Gallagher. And yeah, we didn't have anywhere near as good an overall performance as we did in the last 2 games, with some players standing out, Gallagher and Mbuemo. So we do qualify, I hope, and we're going to have to field our strongest team for the semi-finals and the final. And officially, Sean Clare then is going to depart Charlton for FC Famalicão, and that is a very sad moment. Definitely worth a salute for Sean Clare, who's been a really good bit part player for the entirety of this Charlton career mode, to be honest with you. So always sad to see real Charlton boys go, but there is one of them, and he's going to enjoy the rest of his career over in Portugal, Brazil, wherever that team play their football. We've got loads of potential goalkeepers to sign here, so I'm going to have a look at that next. So Villarreal here in the semi-finals of this pre-season tournament. We do see some utterly world-class talent over on the Villarreal squad there. They got Donny Marlon up front. He's unbelievable. Stengs on the right, who is, I wouldn't call him a Charlton career mode legend by any stretch, but he certainly has been featured in Charlton career modes of the past and has done pretty well. Pogba and Coquelin, both world-class midfielders, and of course Coquelin ex-Charlton as well. So yeah, some really good players, sorry. And then Acuna and Mandy, they've got some unbelievable talent. I'd actually be fairly surprised if we come away with a win here. We'll certainly try. Oh, no way. Jorginho came on for them. Weah, 4-1 away. We take those. Daka with the hat-trick. Kano chipping in as well. Our front three are unreal. That's what I'm starting to realise here. One more defender here, and we could be laughing, boys and girls. Oh, mate, we've just been offered Richarlison plus 40-ish mil for Patson Daka. Now we have to seriously consider this. We have to seriously consider this. 39.9 mil plus Richarlison. That's very good. That is a very good offer. I don't know if I can turn that down. Patson Daka. When do you become an 88, Patson Daka? 2 weeks time. See, I think we wait out the 2 weeks, get him to an 88, and then maybe reverse trade offer? Or potentially, if the offer's still there and we haven't replied to it yet, we can then try and bargain for more money? Because that's actually a really good offer. I'm not going to lie to you. But before all that, we have to welcome somebody, ladies and gentlemen, and here he is. It's the defender we dreamed about. It's the defender we've been wanting for circa 2 seasons now. And it is Wesley Fofana, the centre-back, who comes in for 45.5 million, plus Granit Xhaka moves the other direction to Fiorentina, where we purchased him from. This guy is going to elevate us to the next level. Alongside Bella Kotchap at the back, we've got Rodon and we've got Sarr and Sfamo as well to form the backup. This is going to be a good season. I can feel it in my bones. And our man arrives just in time for the final of this pre-season tournament in Roma. That's how we're going to end today's episode, guys. Roma, the opponents. We've already beat them once on the sim, but now we have this squad you can see right here that we can actually use, play with, get a feel for. They're going to take on this very solid looking Roma team with Brandt, Spinazzola, who's playing left mid as opposed to left back, Muniad as well, Guimaraes, of course the Newcastle midfielder, and Dembele up front, Lindelof, Hradecky in goal. It's a very, very solid team, but we've got players of our own, threats of our own, and we're going to put them to the test now against Roma in this final. Come on. All right, a lot of money on the line here. So if we ever needed motivation, that is it. Look at that, straight up to Daka. Daka in the box. Oh, it's a penalty. No, it's a good tackle from Lindelof, to be fair. Straight through Ward-Prowse, love that. Daka. Oh, it's loose, man. You've got to keep that ball control nice and close to you, Daka. You know, Richarlison is waiting to join the club. I hope you know that. Oh, he's hit the bar. No way. All right, was pretty sure that was going wide, but apparently not. Fofana, the new boy, getting the pass out to Hickey. Okay, come on. Oh, look at this overload on the left. For Roma, it's Ben Sabaini. Fofana has been a bit too slow to react there, and there's the goal from Dembele. Just no one pressuring the men free in the middle of the box again. Classic FIFA 22 that, and it's a good goal from Roma, to be honest. Don't want to see what you have for dinner, Dembele, but it's a good goal, mate. Let's have a look at the replay. Look, look at the space he's in there. No excuse for no one to not be near him for such a long time. And it's 1-0 to Roma. Walker-Peters. That's a good pass to Daka. Daka onto his left. Daka's got to score. It's been saved by Hradecky. That was the best chance. He didn't really get his body position in the best position there, Daka. Yeah, made the angle slightly difficult for himself. Although he did create the space, and it's a good save from the keeper. Let's whack this in with Ward-Prowse here. On the head of Mbeumo, who must think the goal is in the uppermost region of the stadium, because that was terrible. Camavinga for 93.4 million to Liverpool. What a swoop. Here's Brandt, tackled by Walker-Peters. Let's get that away. Love it. Love it. Okay, half-time, 1-0. We trail to Roma. See that beer bottle or Coke bottle with the FIFA logo on it? Anyway, it's 1-0 to Roma. It's not been the best half. We really haven't been able to create much. So we just need to improve, to be honest with you. I might make a couple subs around minute 60. We still got to keep playing in the meantime. The RB with a ridiculous first touch. Over the top. Okay, we're going to have to drag Walker-Peters out. The RB into the... I didn't even press anything. Did we just foul him? I think it's a penalty. It's definitely a penalty. I literally didn't press tackle or anything at all. What happened? I did not even press that button. I swear to God, I did not even press the button. No idea why he lunged. Now we got defended penalty and probably a 2-0 lead as we, or 2-0 deficit as we bring on Jacob Ramsey for Conor Gallagher. He's going to go right. Oh, it's a good save from Meslier. Okay, we're still in it, boys. We're still in it. Here's Brandt. Can we just get the tackle? Oh, he's done me. He's swiveled it. He's turned it. It's a good save from Meslier. All right, we need to keep the ball because forget about tackling them when they have the ball. It's just not going to happen. Did we just give the ball away? What? That wasn't a particularly hard pass to make. All of a sudden, Munian hits the post. Come on. Let's do better. Great challenge from Walker-Peters, and Lavia was late. And we miss it. Here's Brandt. Ward-Prowse trying to get back into Williams. Now I didn't want to control that player. They might have scored the fucking penalty. I didn't want to control the player. That's why my player shifted to the left. So difficult to defend against these top teams. And Roma, I can't help but thinking a better idea would have just been to sim this one. I'll be honest with you guys. We've changed our formation to a more attacking one. But yeah, see here, I was trying to control Fofana and it switched me to Bella Kotchap and then he moved away. To be fair, he went near post anyway, but I feel like Fofana could have got there. That's so annoying. That's just one of those flip of the coin auto switch moments. The RB, good tackle Walker-Peters, and then he just goes away from it and he's been turned now. What's the point of the first tackle if that's going to happen? Luckily, Bella Kotchap's there. Can we keep this in? We can. No real good runs. That's got to be a foul. We have got a little free kick here. Let's knock this into this sort of area with Ward-Prowse. That's all right. Oh, all right, defended well. Why did Waymo go to dummy that? I'm so confused. Ah, and DRB's got the toe in first. They are just so... When they get possession, they just do not lose it, Roma. It's absolutely unbelievable play. Let's get this Hickey, oh sorry, Ward-Prowse. That's another loose ball. He gets the tackle in, but it's pointless. Everything just feels so off and loose, and the players aren't switching to the correct players. All right, it looks like it's going to be a loss here. We still have 9 minutes to play, but if like Roma were playing worse or I was playing better, I'd feel confident about getting at least a couple of goals. But there's no. Please switch. Please pressurise him. Oh my God. All right, doubt anything's going to happen here. We've given the ball away again. We pretty much didn't have a shot this game. This has been one of the most frustrating games to play in the entire career mode, I have to be honest with you. We just haven't been at it. Like, no one's reacting. The penalty, and that should have probably been another goal for them. Just blow the whistle, ref. Spare, show mercy, ref. Show mercy, man. Get this away, and that is going to be the full-time whistle. Terrible game, terrible performance. And I just could not even get close to the ball. And when we did, we just absolutely could not get anywhere near the goal, which is probably the key to scoring, you know. We had 3 shots apparently. They had 10. It's a game to forget, and we don't end up winning the tournament. Probably should have just simmed it. But nonetheless, we got to the final, so we take the positives. Guys, we've got a season coming up, but we want to get top 4. So I'm going to have to hopefully get the boys in good form and hopefully improve on the sort of performances I just put in, like the one I just put in there. But yeah, we will definitely try and do that. Team's looking unbelievable. All of a sudden, Daka's up to an 88, so we can probably try and bargain for that Richarlison deal now. But yeah, we'll leave some of the transfer business and all that good stuff for the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Love you, gang.